WKV, Jacksonville's news and talk.
Thanks for inviting me into your home, your long-haul truck, RV, camper, taxi, your parents' well-appointed basement with a simulated wood paneling, electric fireplace, and the picking of dogs playing poker. You're locked. That recent school just off the interstate, and your cabin police. Welcome, Coast to Coast AM, the very best in late night talk radio. I'm Richard Sarah, sitting in for George Norrie, and tonight this morning I am coming to you live from the home studio in Old Hill, just north of Toronto. Before we get rolling, birthday wishes going out to my lovely bride of nearly 24 years, the mighty Aphrodite. Happy birthday, love of my life, the beautiful lady that keeps me laughing. Coming up in hours 1 and 2, a journey into the hidden depths of popular culture where symbolism whispers secrets and the occult lurks beneath the surface. Joining us is Isaac Weishaupt, a researcher and author whose work uncovers the esoteric threads woven into the fabric of entertainment. The founder of IlluminatiWatcher.com and host of the occult symbolism.
Hey, I don't mean to freak you out or anything, but I found out that the air support near my uncle's ship is...
The bright lights of the stage. From the Grammys to Super Bowl halftime shows, Isaac's keen eye has dissected the layers of symbolism that cloak these spectacles. He reveals the subtle gestures, elaborate stage designs, and ancient symbols that serves as conduits for ritualistic invocation. But it's not just the visuals. Isaac delves into the music itself, uncovering the occult themes and esoteric references woven in the lyrics and performances of artists like Taylor Swift and Bill Jeanette. Isaac's insights shed light on unsettling revelations, connecting them to deeper currents of manipulation and exploitation that flow through the entertainment world. Prepare to peer behind the veil of illusion as we delve into the occult undercurrents of popular culture with Isaac Weishaupt. The shadows are calling, and the truth awaits those who have dared to seek it. In hours 3 and 4, open lines, calling all shadow trackers and stargazers. 2 hours. The veil you know is the biggest hands of every single day. Join our nocturnal journey, of high strangeness. Get a pulling open the floodgates of the inexplicable and invite you to steer the ship. Share your encounters with uncharted and unearthly, from UFOs flitting across starlit skies to whispers of ghosts in the attic of a frequent house. Goblins dance edges of your reality. I'm all ears. Venture with me into tales of cryptids lurking in the deep woods, the fleeting shadows seen from your eye, or those inexplicable moments when time seems to warp and bend around you. Tonight is about the stories that make skeptics pause and believers nod in knowing agreement. Perhaps you've brushed against the other side during an out-of-body experience or peered through the cosmic keyhole with your both fluid. Maybe it's a strange coincidence that can't be shrugged off as mere chance. So whether it's aliens knocking at your window or poltergeist playing pranks in your pantry, pick up the phone and let's delve into the delicious mysteries of the universe together. Admit us into the shadows. Illuminati Watcher Isaac Weishaupt is next. Welcome to the audio imaginary. Come on in, hurry traffic. Hang your cloak in a peg, grab a stool, and come gather by the fire. There are stories to be told, and you are among friends. I'm Richard Sarah, sitting in for George Norrie, and this is Coast to Coast 80. I don't just stand by.
many of us, you might think identity theft will never happen to you. But consider this. There's a new identity theft victim every 3 seconds in the U.S. That's over 15 million people by the end of this year, equal to the populations of New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago combined. Even worse, identity theft victims often don't even know they're victims. That's why LifeLock Identity Theft Protection alerts you to identity threats, even the ones that don't show up on a credit report, like data breaches, fraudulent bank transactions, loan and credit card applications, and crimes committed in your name. If your identity is stolen, your own dedicated LifeLock US-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. LifeLock protects you in ways that you simply can't on your own. Join now, save up to 25% off your first year at lifelock.com with promo code GEORGE. That's promo code GEORGE to save up to 25% at lifelock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Usually gas prices are up again. Somebody needs to do something. Well, someone did. That's why I use Upside. Upside, what's that? It's a free app that pays you back real money for every gallon of gas or diesel. I just earned 25 cents back on every gallon of this tank. Wonderful. So the Upside app is free and you actually get cash back every time you use it. No strings attached. Yep, it's awesome. Check it out. It only takes a couple of minutes to sign up.
Instead of just watching your dollars go into your tank, start putting money back into your wallet with the free app from Upside. With the price of gas today, it's big news and big money. So cash out of your Upside cash. Just transfer it to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card. Upside users have already earned over $200 million. Now it's your turn. Download the free Upside app and get cash back on every gallon of gas. Use promo code AUDIO for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill up. That's code AUDIO. Use code AUDIO for an extra 25 cents per gallon back in your first fill up.
Isaac Weishaupt is the founder of IlluminatiWatcher.com and host of the Occult Symbolism and Pop Culture podcast. He's been researching his entire life as an ongoing mission to determine if this reality is the truth or a cunning holographic deception. He's the author of about a half dozen books, including The Dark Path, Conspiracy Theories of Illuminati and Occult Symbolism in Pop Culture, New Age Alien Agenda, and Satanic Transhumanism. Aliens, UFOs, and the occult use your illusion. 1. UAP disclosure, spiritual warfare, and manifesting extraterrestrials for entertainment. Aliens, UFOs, and the occult use your illusion. 2. Symbolism in film and manifesting extraterrestrials. Kubrick's Code. Examination of Illuminati and occult symbolism in Stanley Kubrick's films. The Star Wars Conspiracy, hidden occult and Illuminati symbolism of aliens and New Age. It's just a jump to the left. An unauthorized guide to occult symbolism in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Isaac Weishaupt, welcome back to Coast AM. AM, how are you?
Hey, Richard. Man, I'm so glad to talk to you. I'm here with the reality is truth or a holographic perception, but getting closer to figuring it out.
All right, well, maybe we'll figure it out together. Don't know we'll do it in the next 2 hours, but we'll give it a try. I mentioned that mighty Aphrodite's birthday. For her birthday, I'm taking her to Cleveland to see the Rolling Stones, each. Figuring it might be our last time as her popular 80s piece now. However, is it potentially an event like that, a concert where there may be, 40,000 people or more? Is that potentially what you would call a mass ritual event?
And of course, happy birthday to Aphrodite as well. That's awesome. And I grew up in a household where my father actually was left with 6 stones. Went to their concerts and that stuff. Yeah, and, there's ideas about the Illuminati and talk about the occult, which means hidden. I think there was, when anything becomes an ritual event, such as multiple people coming together, there's a certain formula that people who follow the occult practices try to do. And basically, what they're trying to do is focusing energy towards symbols, right? They're trying to charge something called sigils or hyper-sigil. And particularly in the music industry, the artists,
So you're still the devil, mark of the beast.
They are able to make contact with spirits in another realm, and this goes into a whole bunch of different territories, but I think to understand how that's possible, we have to understand how a thing called ritual magic works. And when we talk about the occult, we're of course talking about what is hidden. And the practice of ritual magic, some call it ceremonial magic or high magic even, and it's basically this idea that's been around going back thousands of years, going back to this character named Thoth and Hermes back in ancient Egypt, who bestowed upon mankind this idea of alchemy as this art of the occult. And the short version is that people are coming with this thing. They believe that they can use ritual magic to penetrate deeper levels of the subconscious mind to bring about changes into the material world, because this Hermes Thoth character basically taught mankind that the two things are connected. What's out there in the universe and what's happening here on Earth, they can be connected, and a magician is able to steer the wills of the masses towards the wills of what they believe. So when we go to concerts, we pay attention to folks and say, okay, are we all focusing on these sort of symbols and sigils? It's a ritual event, or are we just enjoying music? There's no combination of all these things. I mean, you could argue all of these points individually.
Right. And I only mentioned Rolling Stones as an example. I'm not suggesting that they're up to some, they have some sinister motive. But you mentioned paper sigils. What is a paper sigil? Can you give me some examples?
Yeah, so when you jump deep into this sort of territory of the occult, you can look up some characters, and there's a person named Jennifer T. Overage. I say he, total part of the thing because Jennifer...
Damn! That's a strike, yo! Wipe out! At least we know we won't have any Mavericks up our ass when we hit that ship.
You're talking about a certain magician that you take the write it out, they remove the vowels to the E and the A, and then you the letters WLTH, and they would scramble them together in a way that the pure faith, the normal folks out there wouldn't understand what that symbol meant or what it was saying. And Johnny Depp has this tattoo where David Evans, a bunch of people who are into this sort of occult stuff. And Jennifer Solis, so I can use, they were practicing with this, as was the Greg Morrison. He wrote a comic about a big shade off on my head. It was a very famous comic book writer, and he did something similar. When he did a comic, apparently wasn't doing too well. He recruited all of his fans that were buying the comics to do the same practice, charging a pipe of sage or something.
Okay, but that doesn't, on the surface anyway, it doesn't sound terribly sinister. You're trying to attract wealth, or you're trying to attract love, or fortune, what have you. But if we talk about conjuring something else, maybe like through a portal, like Aleister Crowley maybe was trying to do it in, on the shores of Loch Ness there in Scotland. I mean, that's another matter entirely. What is it?
Death to Hezbollah, death to Hamas, death to Iran.
The practitioner, they say, it's called practices. And in a way, there's nothing inherently evil with some of these things. It just depends on if it was the person and intended of the ritual. Now, and again, it's subjective. That's what they have. Even Amazon today, and not the Church of Satan.
Death to Vladimir Putin, China. Death to them.
White magic and
Ricky
black
Kim Jong-un.
magic. Because when you talk to people practicing stuff, they'll say, well, yeah, if you're doing black magic like Aleister Crowley was doing, which is, more evil and nefarious and something to eat, things like this, then yeah, that's self-centered and that's bad. We should like white magic, which is made in order to, bring light positivity to people's life. But at the end of the day, that white and black magic, they're both self-centered. They're all selfish things because you, as a magician, think you're God, basically, which is, and again, it's back to spiritual warfare.
Boy stays a boy, and a boy stays a boy, and a girl stays a girl.
The whole intent is to do the will of God, not the will of man, or the will of the self. That's where you start slicing this and it's hard to really say if something is good or evil. It kind of comes more to subjective worldview. But Alistair Crowley, he was definitely messing around with anything. He did a lot of, they call it like syncretism, where he was taking a variety of different ideas and just kind of all together into an idea that worked. And he tried to change the world through his religious, I don't say religion, but I guess it's religion called Dalima, which means the will. And it's the will of the magician. And he was talking about bringing about a new age, what they could be called the Aeon of Polaris. And it's all about cultural change. And this is where we get into the real crux of the matter, why all of this matters, that I'm watching all these pop culture events and saying, hey, look at this music video, there's these symbols in here, and it's, got this meaning. It's because in the new age that Crowley tried to usher in, or did usher in, you could argue, he was very embracing what they call antinomianism, which is this idea of embracing evil, embracing the things that our culture suppresses or shadow, as Paul would say. And this is symbolized in a variety of ways, like the planet Saturn, for instance. And the whole idea is that the magician of the occultist, we're trying to bring about cultural changes.
So I know a guy who knows a guy at the mask shop.
Subscribe to this sort of belief in duality, where there's a light and dark, there's a good and an evil, but they think that both are important. Both should be focused on. And the best example that I could give for explaining doctrine would be this idea that, that without darkness, light can't exist. So these occultists, they think that both sides of the are equally important. So they're not opposed to embracing evil and darker, talking to demons that exist.
Hey, lifeguards carry a lot of flares.
When Alistair Crowley was the Babylon working ritual that Stevens began up in Scotland. And according to this legend, he summoned some sort of an entity, but failed to properly bind this spirit. Then he eventually moves out of the house, and who moves in? Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin. And then there were all these reports of strange goings on at Crowley's house. A groundskeeper, I think, who supposedly was driven mad and ended up murdering members of his own family. Jimmy Page is into this ritual magic, adorning the album covers with all of these sigils, if you will, and suppose that we have the bad luck that befalls Led Zeppelin, whether we're talking about Robert Plant's accidents in Greece or John Bonham's untimely death and so forth. What do you make of all that?
This is the part that, this is why I don't practice these things. For instance, I believe that a lot of these occult things actually work. I believe in supernatural elements, because I used to do ghost hunting 25, 26 years ago, and I was able to make contact with these ghosts. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just was hanging out with a guy at the end of this, and I didn't believe it. And we started doing all the ghost hunts. I got all these weird voices on these tapes that were very intelligent. They knew exactly like family member names and things like this. And then we started getting supernatural, I don't want to say poltergeist, but activity happening in our home. And that's when I was like, I'm done with this. And that's the issue with it, because to go back to Bodie and Goldstein there at Loch Ness, he was performing this Abrahamic magic where he would try to pull down angelic spirits and burn them and turn them evil. And I've read that Bolstein is actually named after Moloch from the Bible. Some people call it Moloch. It's this deity that they would sacrifice, children to. But the long, the horrible history of that home at Bolstein is, people were seeing the devil, and multiple people committing suicide. And yet, Jimmy Page bought it, and I believe it burned down recently, and they just rebuilt it or something like that. But and Jimmy Page saw it, have her head in there, and the whole idea was that this is early on in Crowley's magical career, and the claim is that
Yo, if we want to keep my uncle's ship out at sea, away from the authorities, we need to destroy any files with permission for it to come into dock.
Ever since then, you have activity. Of course, you've got the Nessie, the nest that people find kind of lurking around, and you see stuff like this with the Babylon working rituals, which are very similar with Jack Parsons. You know, I believe we talked about this last time I came on Coast to Coast with the story that Jack Parsons using what they call the Amalantrua working, which was like a different kind of ritual that was channeling the gray alien lamb in 1818. Was using that same sort of derived formula from that when he got the Babylon working. And he supposedly pulled down Marjorie Cameron. Obviously, she lived here, but the idea was that she was infused with the spirit of the whole Babylon, and he was supposed to manifest the Antichrist by making a baby with her, and it didn't work.
Jack Parsons, who is, it's rumored that Jack Parsons, you take his initials JP, who's a self-taught rocket scientist. Jet Propulsion Laboratory, or JPL, is named after JP, or Jack Parsons, killed in a horrible explosion. And some suggest that, yeah, he too opened a portal, which may have contributed to the whole 1947 UFO wave. I mean, we think of UFO Roswell in 47, but there was so much else going on. People were in all sorts of paranormal stuff throughout that year, all over the country.
Yeah, if you're fascinated for it, with Jack Parsons, Crowley, UFO stories from the 40s on, it's fascinating. When the companies are defined like that, the people...
Oppenheimer, Project Blue Book.
Jack Parsons.
Richard Allen Wire.
Which makes contact with really dark entities. Even in Jack Parsons' book, even the Antichrist, he was a teenager long before all of this stuff. That was the role, of course, he channeled what he called A-logs, and he later was the A-logs.
I think I saw you in the direction of the company. Take a break as we roll into the hour. Illuminati watcher Isaac West appears subject Stevens meetings in a pretty quick death on Coast to Coast. Yeah. I don't know when to be so it's just that's what's happening in the news. Traveling weather with an open mic in the news 103.3. Sponsored by Magnet Life Services, including military and first responders. Investigative. Sounds familiar? When's the last time you changed your brakes? Well, worn out brakes lose their starting out. They become unreliable. The host. When it comes time to replace the brakes on your ride, upgrade with Powerstone. No matter if you drive a car, the best thing we need is an LSPD person here, so keep your head down in there. Into a stepping powerhouse with a complete low-dust, noise-free brake upgrade kit from Powerstone. Get the first up that line of that defensive recovery. Less cellular, you can get $50 off. Most they don't need. Which means you can trade in your old phone for a new one. That must sound good to you, guy with a junk drawer. I'm going to sell it to my sister. Who I get it? It's going right in the junk drawer. Get $830 off. U.S. Cellular. Built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details. Right now, you'll get $830 in a phone with no trade-in needed at Premier Wireless. Your U.S. Cellular authorized agent with a location near you.
To our family and friends, I'd like to propose a toast. Here's to family dinners, where you don't have to do the cooking or the dishes, where you have a whole buffet's worth of options for everyone. Enjoy family dinners with pizza instant chicken parmesan pizza, plain sliced breaded chicken, house shredded mozzarella on top of the delicious savory marinara sauce drizzle. To family dinners! Pizzinator, America's hometown pizza buffet.
At Kroger Pharmacy, care is what's most convenient for you. Care is being here when you need us. We're open evenings and weekends. Care is helping you sleep well. Most insurance plans and discount cards are accepted at your local Kroger Pharmacy. Care is saving you time by managing your prescriptions online. You can request refills, check order status, and more. Care is convenience that works for everyone. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Services and availability vary by location. Age and other restrictions may apply. For coverage, consult your health insurance company. Visit the pharmacy or our site for details.
Your dog knows spring is coming. And the weather means that fleas and ticks are coming now. Fleas are an ancient nuisance. Ticks, even worse. PetMeds pharmacists connect directly with your vet to save you time and deliver the best flea and tick products for your pet. PetMeds offers low prices on all flea and tick meds, including NexGard, Simparica, and more. That's my uncle ship. Promo code MUSIC to save 80% on your first auto ship order. You'll need them.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your order? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One and name of birthdays. Hardee's 2 for $5 breakfast make goodness of your morning. And now enjoy breakfast till noon every day. Hardee's, goodness in the making. These items are tax not included. Price of participation will vary. Exclusive payment today.
At Nutrafol, we don't just help your hair, we help your body grow it. Because it's never just about your hair. It can be your job, or your deodorant, or your lunch, or just normal life. That's why our whole body approach targets the key root causes of hair thinning. Discover your root causes and why we're the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com. That's NUTRAFOL.com. These statements are not been approved by the FDA. It's not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease paid for by Nutraceutical Wellness Inc.
WOKV first alert forecast. A 9 on the WOKV millimeter, mostly clear overnight. Temperatures dropping to the low 60s with some possibility for the morning. Then become the first cloudy for 70 and rain shower possible in just a few spots. With highs in the low 70s at the beaches to the upper 70s to near 80 here west of I-95. First look weather center. Action News Jack's chief meteorologist Mike Burrish for 104.5 WOKV.
Coast to coast and worldwide on the internet. This is Coast to Coast AM. Now, here's your guest host, Richard Serrett.
Sitting in for George Dory, say hello on X at Richard Sarah SY because I love you RETT. Lucky Peterson featuring Tamara Peterson. I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. In about 5 years' time, a potentially hazardous asteroid will swing by Earth at an eerily close distance of less than 20,000 miles. During this rare encounter, Opus will be 10 times closer to Earth than the Moon. Scientists want to take full advantage of its visit. Opus is on a trajectory towards an Earth flyby on April 13, 2029, when it was first discovered in 2004. The 1,100-foot wide near-Earth object was designated as a hazardous asteroid that could impact our planet. Later observations, however, reassured scientists there's no need to panic just yet. The asteroid has no chance of crashing into Earth for at least another century. That's very good news given the size of this object and the serious damage it would inflict should it someday strike our planet. Hopefully that will never happen, but objects of this size tend to hit Earth about once every 80,000 years, unleashing catastrophic damage at a global scale impact. Winters, you can read more about Opus in the news section of Coast to Coast AM.com. And if you love Coast, you're going to love George Norrie's stream television program, Beyond Belief. You can join George every week for thought-provoking discussions on paranormal phenomena, conspiracies, all things unexplained. Just go to beyondbelief.com. That's beyondbelief.com. Back to more of my conversation with the Illuminati watcher, Isaac Weishaupt. Coast to Coast continues right after this time.
Gold is pushing to all-time highs right now. Actually, there are several reasons for that. The cost of goods continue to rise despite interest rate controls by the Fed. Since January of 2021, the cost of living is up almost 18%. The national debt continues to skyrocket, now above $34 trillion, causing many to worry that the house of cards will come crashing down. A presidential election year that will have massive implications on the future of this country. All of this adds up to instability and uncertainty, and this is why so many Americans are turning to the Birch Gold Group. Have you diversified your savings yet? Secure a portion of them with gold from the Birch Gold Group. Text COAST to 989898 and get your free info kit. You'll learn how to convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold, and it doesn't cost you a penny out of pocket to do that. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, tens of thousands of happy customers. You can count on Birch Gold. Text COAST 989898 now.
There's so much happening around our country, from border issues to local crimes happening in your backyard. Byrna is a less lethal pistol that can protect you from potential threats surrounding you. That's BYRNA. The Byrna less lethal pistol fires powerful deterrents like tear gas and kinetic ammo. Byrna is a great alternative you can rely on if you're ever in the situation where you need protection but don't want to use deadly force. One bullet can ruin 2 lives. It's legal in all 50 states, no background checks are required, and it's shipped right to your door. Government agencies and police departments across the country rely on Byrna as their go-to less lethal option. It works for them and will work for you. Check out their 14,000 4.5-star reviews. Byrna is proudly American, manufactured in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's time to join the 500,000 others who have purchased a Byrna. Visit Byrna.com/radio10 for an exclusive 10% discount. That's BYRNA.com/radio10.
And we are back with Isaac Weishaupt, founder of IlluminatiWatcher.com, host of the Occult Symbolism and Pop Culture podcast, author of The Dark Path, Aliens, UFOs, and the Occult, Kubrick's Code, the Star Wars Conspiracy. We were talking about pop culture as mass ritual events. So let's talk about the Grammys, for example. As a casual observer of the Grammys, I've noticed, not fully understanding what's going on, on the surface, what seemed like some pretty bizarre, cryptic, on-stage performances, and we'll also talk about the halftime show of the Super Bowl, where we see the same thing. Let's dial it back to this year's Grammys. What did you see that kind of stood out as in terms of occult symbolism?
So the latest Grammys, it was actually the 66th Grammys. But the reason we bring it up is because when you study simple mysticism and how all these secret societies sort of view the world through numerology and things like this, the numbers and the dates of rituals kind of matters to them. So the 66th Grammys is interesting because in Kabbalah, there's 66 fallen angels on what they call the dark side of the tree of life. And so again, this idea of sort of, we talked about earlier about how we spread the shadow with the darkness, and a lot of cultists are all about trying to sort of embrace the darkness. So just kind of a play on that, we could start out with the first performance was Dua Lipa, and when you watch her performance, when you know what to look for, you can see these things, that she was in a red and black cube, and then she was on top of what is a flattened hexagram, like a six-sided a hexagram, but a hexagram is actually a flattened three-dimensional cube if you look at it correctly. So when we see the symbolism of Saturn show up there, threefold there, with the colors and the two cubes, that tells me this is a little bit more of that sort of embracing the adversary or the antinomianism thing. Because this goes back to, I don't want to go too deep on it, but this goes back to the ideas of the creation of the universe and the occult concepts, which is like, they looked at the world as the sun versus Saturn in a way, and Saturn at the time was the furthest planet they could see, so it was considered sort of like the darkness, the outcast adversary planet. So they utilized a lot of symbols of Saturn. There's a variety of explanations for it, oftentimes the black cube. But there's whole fraternal organizations of ritual magic, like the Brotherhood of Saturn, and they incorporate a lot of Freemasonic ideas and things like that. The whole idea of the Brotherhood of Saturn is the same concept of, you need darkness. They say that darkness precedes light to provide a matrix for the manifestation of light in the Brotherhood of Saturn, and that's kind of why. Am I saying Dua Lipa is practicing ritual magic? No, but I am saying that a lot of people that put together these sets, they are aware of how they can charge up symbols and sigils by getting all of these people to watch this event, and Paul Young did some studies on this stuff, and he had this view that the mind, there's three parts of the mind: the conscious, the personal unconscious, and the collective unconscious. And he believed that the group mind, this collective unconscious that we all share, there's certain archetypes and symbols that we all connect with, whether we know it or not. So these rituals that they conduct, they actually do something on a subconscious level on the mass. And so we're all focusing on this concept of Saturn, which in the occult, it represents chaos and things like this. So, and again, we're talking about ritual magic. They do this because they want to charge up the sigil of Saturn. They want to charge up chaos.
To what end?
It's always about having a global government. That's where it all ends. It's this.
Hey, yo, you knew the stories, right? Lockdown.
Mainly be talked about this. He said, you read some of his lectures, he says that man is wise enough to control himself, and we mainly all, we meaning the elites, the occultists, the Illuminati, whoever you want to say, that they should govern. Like we're the sheep, right? Like in Freemasonry, they have the apron with the sheep's wool. Because the Freemasons, when you get up high enough, allegedly, they say that that's their true sort of viewpoint of us, the profane. We're just out here, wasting their, we're here to, the slave shall serve, as Alice Napoleon once said, is kind of their attitude towards us.
So if that's the end game, and again, the artist isn't necessarily aware. They're just told what, okay, they're we want you to stand here, we want you to move your arms this way, we want you to, make the sign of your symbol of the pyramid with your fingers and put it over your eye, and flash these Illuminati signs. So this is the prerequisite for the artist to, climb the ladder to success. They have to play along with this scheme.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got it. That's exactly how I view it. From researching this for 13 years now, that's how a lot of theorists discuss it. Even Dave Chappelle talks about it, not on that level, but Dave Chappelle talks about how the people that were running Hollywood when he was having his issues, they're telling him he needed to wear a dress, and he refused to do so, and he applied for something dark, and now he never come out and officially said it. He talked about it in one of his stand-up specials, and then Cat Williams this year recently, he had a big show called Fuck Shay, and he said the same exact thing. I mean, he
wear a dress. You mean to humiliate? Is that what you call a humiliation ritual?
Yeah, right. Yep. And that's again, there's a bit of antinomianism in there with the idea of breaking the cultural or social norms. There's a little bit of humiliation ritual in the idea that the elites want these artists to know that they will be, doing whatever it is that they're told to do, whether they like it or not, because they, these are gatekeepers to take them to the next level. And that's why Cat Williams was saying Kevin Hart, and I like all these guys, I'm not talking trash, I'm just repeating what Cat Williams was saying. Cat Williams was saying that Kevin Hart plays ball, and look at how popular Kevin Hart is. He's all over the place.
Have to be careful with this one, because she has, her followers are legion, and Taylor Swift. And you'll tell us how she got banned from YouTube here in a moment, but, no hard time with the talent. It's not my cup of tea, but who cares? She seems to be involved with some numerology. Talk to me about numerology and Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and I showed the same opinion this year. I find her songs pretty catchy. It's not my cup of tea, but I certainly don't have a problem with Taylor Swift or her music, but I have had my troubles with Taylor Swift and his routine in the past. I've got canceled off YouTube because I was pointing out symbolism that you can find in your music videos, and there was a problem with that apparently. So, she recently, her big thing is the number 13. She thinks that 13 is a lucky number. She had recently, at that 66 Grammys, ironically, we just talked about this, she won her 13th Grammy. And in terms of numerology, they consider, and I've got this book called Holidays in the Box. The number 13 is considered by the occultists because in the Bible, 13 apparently means rebellion against constituted authority, and it represents the depravity that calls Satan to rebel against God. And they also talk about how in the occult numerology they assign 6 to represent the number of man, and the number 7 to represent the number of divine perfection. And a person who climbs what they call Jacob's ladder towards self-perfection, you do 6 plus 7 equals 13.
All right, so none of this is to suggest that Taylor Swift is a Satanist. What are we saying?
Well, I don't think she's a Satanist. She is Anton LaVey's daughter, which she actually does, but I don't believe that's really, I don't believe their father is Anton LaVey. But I do think that the handlers, right, the people running her business, they probably, because I've been told by lots of people who are connected to other people, it's called practicing astrology.
Hello, this is 911. What emergency service do you require? Thank you. Police officers are en route to your current location.
These kinds of ideas are great. So I would argue that the people on management team are But like, shit, I'm not gonna go shoot money and take the point right days. It's just
Leading up to Minute Murder's Night, which is a holiday celebrated by the Church of Satan, stuff like this. But I do think that it's no different than the politicians trying to find politicians were no different than people who just read daily astrology and say, hey, today's a great day to try to really make that change happen in your workplace today or whatever. Oh, okay. And then that understood that happens, right? I think it's no different than Taylor Swift is, maybe she's relatively exact and saying this is what they're doing, maybe she isn't. I know that a lot of her music videos have been more based on taking concepts in the past. So I would be shocked if she continued for it along some of this problem.
Much of the artist's participation. Let's go back to this flashing the Illuminati signs and so forth. How much of that is trying to is a marketing ploy, playing into sort of I'm a bad boy, I'm flirting with the dark side, and how much of it is genuine, real?
Yeah, that's one of the $1 million questions. Because I do think both of those things happen. I think some people more clear that, for instance, there was a rapper, he did a whole album, I think it was Axel, he was kind of an underground rapper, does a lot of hip-hop, and he had a whole album. It was called Do Thou Wilt, and it was dedicated to Aleister Crowley, and he seemed very much to be into the occult, whereas some of these other folks, I don't know, I think they're trying to just sell an image, so it's really hard to tell. But I think ultimately the people who go out and use a different image, I think they're still aligning, making that sort of Faustian bargain in some way. Like, I think you gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. You know, you see it like Taylor Swift, she was hanging out, you talk about people using symbols on TV. She was in the press box with Ice Spice, another rapper, during the Super Bowl, and there was this sort of famous viral video of Ice Spice wearing this inverted cross necklace, and she acted like she was choking herself with it for a second. And, you know, it's a great example because the Super Bowl is like the most watched event of the year, and you have all these people focusing their energy on it, right? And you're focusing your energy on an inverted cross, and and take from that what you will, what people want to believe in. But I don't know. I do question, and then she makes this sign of the devil horns, like the rock and roll Mano Cornudo hands, right, all that. So I don't know. A lot of stuff I think leads down dark roads. Is all I think.
When we talk about the Super Bowl halftime, I don't know how many hundreds of millions, maybe a billion. I don't know what the ratings are, but not only the people there live, but people around the world watching the halftime show, the Super Bowl, and they're performing perhaps these rituals on stage, whether the artist is aware or what have you. When you have that many eyes focused on something, can it manifest something? And what are they trying to manifest?
I think the stats were for a 30-second commercial this year at the Super Bowl. It was upwards of $7 million. And the reason these companies would spend that amount of money is because they know that it's worth it in the end for their product, right? And it's a form of alchemy. It's a form of converting energy into money, right? It's no different than the alchemists who were trying to turn lead into gold. They know what they're doing, and the exact science of it. Like if you said, okay, I think this is smart backwards. You do a 30-second Super Bowl commercial, and you find a way to manifest $7 million out of that. I wouldn't know how to do that. But these people they're not stupid. They understand marketing. They understand how we, as the masses, how we think, and they know that planting these symbols of their products, their logos, they put a lot of thought into logos, and then planting these logos into our subconscious or the collective unconscious, it's worth that $7 million price tag.
Alright, top of the hour, approaching. Isaac Weishaupt, and we'll open up the phone lines at the bottom of the next hour. In the meantime, here's Tennessee River Crooks taking us into the break with Farming Man on Coast to Coast AM.
Broadcasting from the Talent Wealth Management Studio. Listen everywhere on the TV radio app 104.5 WOKV. Jacksonville is the largest.
Tyler from Dude Perfect here. Big news. We just dropped our very own Dude Perfect smoothie with Smoothie King. He is strong. It's my recipe. Technically, we all came up with it, Kobe. You put a potato in yours. I was experimenting. We picked up on that. Guys, this is fruit smoothie perfection. I even heard of this new quote that it was food. Yeah, it's fun. Thank you. Anyways, do the Dude Perfect smoothie, only Smoothie King. Nice.
As humans, we're largely driven by the search for better. But when it comes to caring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. What skill doesn't match? It can be. I was looking to hire someone, it was so slow, but overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your monthly hiring platform. With over 350 million monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and imagine Indeed helps you find quality candidates fast. Reach the busy world. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. And Indeed doesn't just help you find faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
When you partner with WOW Business, really experience the WOW difference.
Our dependable local community.
US-based technical support that's knowledgeable
And friendly. WOW Business offers dependable products.
high-speed connectivity, and honest price. No hidden fees, no extra prices.
Providing a true partnership with our customers
It's what makes us different.
I
have a WOW Business.
Visit wowbusiness.com today to partner with your Wow Business team, offering affordable and reliable options to help improve your bottom line. Wow Business is now offering their fastest speed at a new low price. Get 1 gig of business internet for just $94.99 a month, backed by a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, plus free install and free modem for 6 months. Visit wowbusiness.com today. That's WOWbusiness.com.
Offer for new customers subject to change. Price for 9 with taxes, fees, including birthday restrictions apply.
Discover the WOW difference and partner with us today.
Something amazing has happened in education. Students are inspired and engaged. That's because school districts consulted with CDW, who designed modern classroom solutions with pre-configured HP devices, making learning more accessible, secure, and immersive. Now when students study topics like elephants, it feels like elephants are there with them. HP and CDW make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/HPPSG.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon in the month. So it's easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
We've locked in low prices to help you save big store-wide. Look for the locked in low prices tags and enjoy extra savings throughout the store. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Are you ready for Mother's Day? Macy's Friends and Family is going on right now. It's the perfect time to save on the perfect gift for mom. With an extra 30% off designers that rarely go on sale when you use your coupon or Macy's card. And take 15% off makeup, fragrances, and more beauty favorites you'll love. Plus, get your Mother's Day gifts even faster when you pick up in store or curbside. Today at Macy's, savings on regular sale periods prices excluded supply.
If you've got questions, O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When something happens to your car, you might say, but what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Just like that. State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So, just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Inflation woes continue as Washington looks to the Federal Reserve to fix the problem.
Not the rosiest economic picture for the president. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen saying she thinks that there could be revisions made to this report that make the economic picture a bit better. Say this sticky inflation is not going away because Biden has not stopped spending money we don't have. Others worry that political pressure for Medicare to cut rates could make inflation even worse. There is political pressure here in Washington to get Fed Chair Jerome Powell to cut rates. Senator Elizabeth Warren is one of those who have tried to pressure Powell to lower rates and blamed him for the high housing process going on.
Ukraine's energy minister says Russia attacked Ukrainian energy facilities in 3 regions Sunday, damaging equipment and injuring at least 1 worker. The fentanyl crisis is now killing babies.
1 baby died and 2 others overdosed in Washington State over the past week. Remember, police say someone called 911 Wednesday afternoon and reported a 13-year-old baby wasn't breathing. The baby died later in the hospital. This followed 2 incidents where a 6-month-old infant and 11-month-old baby were given Narcan when they overdosed. The younger child is being treated at Seattle Children's Hospital. Other than was treated in police. Police don't think the case got connected. Talk about it next news.
And will the safety regulators open another investigation into whether Tesla's new auto-pilot safeguards can overstay focus on the road? The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration starting that probe after the company's voluntary recall last year of 2 million vehicles for failures reportedly caused by the autopilot. And Wall Street closed higher as big tech stocks rallied. The Dow gained 154 points, the Nasdaq up 316. This is Fox News.
Your car is like part of your family. It takes you to work, drops the kids off to school, goes with you on vacation. You feel safe in your car. All that can change because someone else is careless. Now you need money for medical bills, car repair, lost wages. You need help, need it now. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us at 396-5555. Fairer and Fairer, protecting you and your family since 1979. Jackson.
Real Easy's first alert forecast. A
morning, our WOKV weather meter mostly clear overnight. Temperatures dropping to the lower 60s with some fog developing towards morning. Then becoming partly cloudy for Saturday and a brief shower possible in just a few spots, with highs in the low 70s at the beaches to the upper 70s to near 80 near west of I-95. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jack's Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for 4.5 WOKV.